What up YouTube, it's your boy, Ryder, back at it another video, and today I don't want you to think this to be a tutorial on how to make a cutting board. It's just how I started making cutting boards because my wife keeps breaking them. This one's a good example. This used to be twice as long, and now there's a small little piece and another larger piece that goes in between. This is the biggest piece that survived, and she likes to drop them and then they split. I've been using Titebond 3 glue on these cutting boards, but they don't seem to stop them from breaking in the hands of my wife. So let me show you how I do it now, and these are unbreakable. She's already had one for a few weeks and she hasn't broke it yet, so I know they're good. The wife has a problem with dropping our cutting boards, so when a big cutting board gets dropped, it turns into a little cutting board because it keeps cracking. I just went with one direction the grain. Usually what I'll do is I'll cut these for the cutting boards I make with her with all of my scrap wood, and then I'll flip it so it's got that checkered pattern. So I'm going to try this now. I got this thread rod. Right now I'm drilling holes. I have one drilled already, and they're countersunk to fit this washer and this nut in there that goes on the end of the rod. And I made this with one cutting board already, and the hope is it keeps it squeezed together with these three holes here, and keeps them from cracking when the wife drops them. I got this drill bit to get all the way through, and I used it on the drill press to get about, I think I got about 4 inch, yeah, it's about a 4-inch depth I was able to get, and it's a nice pilot hole to keep me to go straight all the way through. And I came out the other end center, so maybe I just got lucky with that one. Let's see how the rest goes. This gets quite warm and gets squeaky, so I'll wipe a little wax on there, especially on the cutting end here of the drill bit. Keeps it a little quieter and a little bit of a smoother operation. This is a very deep hole that we're drilling here. Oh, it wears me out. All right, for where the nuts come through here, I want to seal this so I don't have to worry about it ever getting moldy or anything like that. And I'm using so the other epoxy, it's going to take all day. I'm using this 5-minute stuff by JB Weld. I've tried the Loctite stuff before and it works really well, but this is all they had at the store. I'm going to make sure I'm mixing it even. I'm going to use this scale. I need to make sure I have enough to fill these up, and a little bit off the edge so we can sand it flush, and I'll have to polish it eventually. So I'm going to do, of course they're double sealed. What I like about the JB Weld one versus the Loctite version is the caps are color coordinating. Let me show what I'm talking about. I don't know which cap goes where, so I always have to have them like completely separate when I do the pour. Okay, more than enough there. Now I think I know why I should have used the other epoxy that I used, because these bubbles are quite excessive. I'm gonna try to use some heat on it. See if I can get that to go away. Oh, that does pretty good job, but the stuff is so thick that the bubbles aren't rising to the top, so I can still see a bunch of bubbles down in there. But it'll look better than the last cutting board. Last cutting board, I used this other stuff that says wood filler on it, but it's actually Bondo. I can't open the thing. It's got this resin stuff, or not resin, but hardener stuff that you're supposed to mix with it. And looking at the picture, it looks like I can maybe even put some grains in there with like a toothpick or something, but when it's unfinished and you just lay it on there, it looks fine. But as soon as you start standing it, it starts turning white. It looks like Bondo, and it smells just like Bondo. Works like Bondo, stands like Bondo. It's actually working a lot better than I thought it would. All right, so got it all leveled out. Sanded down with regular sandpaper down to 400. I know I have some 500, but I can't find any, so I'm gonna use this 1000 and then 2000. I have these other pads that are 3000 and 5000. Hopefully I can get that polished up pretty well. Get this mask off. And if not, still, I think when that mineral oil hits it, it's gonna turn pretty clear. I'm just worried about the wood getting stained. I don't want to stain the wood with the sandpaper. Even getting it wet makes it look a lot clearer. Sure, if I had some new stuff that I wasn't using on metal, it wouldn't cause as much of an issue. Well, I don't even think I'm gonna do the other side. The guys on the other side I got down to 220, and I bet it'll look exactly like these do on this side once I get the in its bath of mineral oil. I think all I got left on this is I can put my stamp on there, bevel the edges, and then I'll show it going in the bath. I splashed a bunch on there already, but whatever. You want to do the honors and dump the bucket on there?
Sure. It feels funny on your hands.
I think it's good for your skin. Dump it right, yeah, just right on it. But don't go too fast because it splashes. Nice.
Hold it?
Yeah, I'm gonna let it soak in there for a little while. That's why I got the other gallon. Oh, almost started floating. I need it like, if I didn't have the pencils under there to keep the backside up.
Yeah.
The backside would be stuck to the thing, it wouldn't be touching it. So
that makes sense.
if I didn't have them in there, it would be just enough. And I got the bucket, so I can put it all back in the bucket, which is a lot easier than try to pour it in a funnel.
Nice.
Put this in there.
Perfect.
And it's got a good seal. It's a food grade bucket. I was hoping the Purple Heart would be purpler.
I can definitely see a difference though.
But it's got some really nice figure right here and right here.
Yeah.
The maple's got some nice figure in a few spots as well.
It's really pretty.
The walnut's just dark walnut. That's it. That's how I make a indestructible cutting board, because she likes to drop them. And with that threaded rod that goes all the way through and squeezes it together, she could drop this all she wants. It might chip off a corner, but it's not going to crack in half like the other cutting boards have. Had a really nice oak one that was 76 individual pieces. That's now how many cutting boards?
Like 3?
Three cutting boards.
Oof. Yeah.
I wanted to show you the thing that with the deal, how it came out. You can see how many bubbles are in there. I don't know if you can see or not. I can't touch the camera now. There's a glare there. You can see it did make it a little more clear, but that mineral oil is gonna dry out and then it won't be so clear anymore. But either way, it wasn't gonna be clear because of how many bubbles got left in that epoxy there. And I ended up not doing the other side. Take this out. Oh, it just splashed all over my face. So that's it for this video. I appreciate you watching. As always, hit that like button if you liked it, that thumbs down button if you didn't like it. Leave me a comment below, tell me what you thought, and I'll see you next time. Katie.